Okay, as promised, we are back. I was gonna do this as like an Instagram live thing. I just don't want to set it up right now. I think it's a cool idea though. In the future, we'll have like this as an Instagram live. I'll try to do it and then have like a guest on, and then so the guest doesn't have to be filmed. They can ask questions. I have a tripod like right there. I can talk to them, but I'll have the mic and audio set up so they can hear you. You can hear them. Oh, I finally did it, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I went and bought a Y membership. So it was a nice YMCA. A lot of people have seen the video of me working out there. Apparently, most YMCAs are not very good. This one, by the way, very nice. Has 2 courts. Well, it's like 2.5 courts. It's kind of cool. 2 main basketball courts. The track that runs around it. There's like this side basketball court, which is technically kind of a full-length court, but it's like super long in width. I think they play pickleball in there. They got a pool and a sauna, and they had like this athlete training area where it might have 12 total racks and a little bit of a turf area. So it's nice. Got another gym, and the reason why I went there and got a membership is one, because my wife wanted to go there too, but also they'd have pickup basketball. Pickup basketball is kind of fun sometimes. Kind of, because it's also horrible at times. Simply due to the fact that when you want to work on something, pickup basketball can be good. If you go there with the intention of trying to play the most cohesive version of team basketball, it's not very good. So right now I'm trying to work on certain aspects of my game. And there's a pickup group I play with that's very formal. They run sets, they run plays. These guys are serious basketball players. And then there's a pickup group, like I said, the YMCA, which some of them might be serious basketball players. But the game itself is not horrendously serious, which is nice because you don't feel any obligation to have to make the overly correct play. Because trust me, no one else out there is really thinking of making the best team play neither. And so if I'm trying to work on certain things, this is a very good setting to do that in, because there's a setting, or it is a setting, that doesn't come with any baggage of a formal setting. It's not like if I take a bad shot, someone else isn't going to take a bad shot too. It's like there's safety in numbers in the sense of bad basketball play. Because if I want to work on something off the bounce, and I'm playing a more formal setting and they play a certain way, some of those opportunities off the bounce aren't always there to be worked on, because in the setting we're playing in a more formal setting, like they run stagger away action. So if I throw the ball, the big man gets it like at the high post or the 3-point line, they might run like a dribble handoff, whatever, and they're running actions. And in that setting, you might have opportunities to get open and make a move. But if you think about it, if you're playing to 11 and the pickup is only, let's say, an hour long, and you might get 5 games in, so 55 total points scored. You might only get 12 shots the whole time. If you're playing in an informal version of open gym pickup basketball, where there's not much defense and shots are going up frequently, you might get 7 shots in a single game. Hopefully not 7, because you might make a couple, but you get the idea. So it's a nice setting to work on things you might not be good at, or things you're better or more comfortable against those players at certain things, that you can just try those things you're not as comfortable with. So it's like if I'm trying to learn Spanish, for example, maybe if I speak a little bit of Spanish and my friend speaks a little bit of Spanish, we can have a little bit of a conversation. If I speak a little bit of Spanish and my friend is fluent in Spanish, and we can't have much of a conversation at all, because I'm so limited. I'm constrained to the small vocabulary I have. And so that's the same idea with pickup. If you're playing a situation that requires you to access a certain constrained skill set because it's more formal, well, then you're not going to be able to explore and make mistakes. Like if you and your friend both don't speak Spanish very well and you have a conversation that's butchered and you're not rushed because you feel like the person's waiting for you to finish their statement, it can be more fluid. So that's one of the reasons why I got the membership. I'm pretty excited about it. I'll probably maybe share some clips in the future of pickup there. Cool opportunity to get some dunks and other fun things. But they have a track above, and this is something a little bit off topic, but we'll just go there anyway because it's in the fitness realm of this conversation. And it's like the track, obviously you jog and run on a track, it's fine. It's not even about the track, this conversation. The track reminded me of it because people go jogging on there. And when I drive to this YMCA, it's a very common jogging path. And I see lots of people jogging. And this is great. I love people exercising. It's good for people. Jogging is a good thing. Jogging is not a bad thing. Great cardiovascularly, great to get outside, great to stress yourself and challenge yourself. But sometimes jogging, me as a trainer can have had conversations around this, doesn't always bring about the results people hope for. Let me explain it from two different angles. One, if someone's jogging for the aesthetics that jogging yields, well, jogging isn't always the highest of intensity exercise in terms of mechanical tension on the muscles, so the hypertrophy maybe isn't great. Because sometimes people run and they think they're going to lose weight and then all of a sudden they'll be buff. But really, they actually might be a fine body fat already and they just need to build muscle mass. And so jogging maybe isn't the answer to the problem they have because they haven't defined the problem very well. The other thing about jogging is that it does take a lot of energy. And maybe sometimes you're fatigued from it, so you don't do the lifting portion because you might like to jog, and that's totally fine. But that becomes a fueling issue, and people don't realize how demanding jogging can be. I also think that jogging gets all the love and sprinting gets none of the love. I would think it'd be really cool if people sprinted because I think that has unique benefits. But I personally don't jog. And people ask me like, oh, should I jog? Should I not jog? What's your opinion on certain steady state cardio? And it's all great. The cardio aspect, the cardiovascular health is wonderful from it. When you jog, that's a lot of impacts on your leg. I think one of the issues that comes up with people who jog they opt for jogging as a first-time form of exercise because A, it's common. Oh, I'm going to go exercise. What do you want to do? I don't know. I'm just going to go run. We all know how to run. I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. It's actually pretty demanding to hit the ground repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it takes time for your bones and ligaments and tendons to adapt to that. So people who don't jog, and maybe they've added a couple pounds since they've last jogged, go jogging, they might think in their head this is a mild form of exercise because I'm not sprinting, I'm not lifting 1,000 pounds, but in reality it's demanding due to repetition and the repeated impact loading of a jog. So I'm not against jogging. I just think jogging sometimes doesn't give people the results they want, and therefore they then think exercise isn't going to give them the results they want, and then jogging maybe wasn't the right answer to the problem they had, and it deters them from maybe other forms of exercise. So while I'm not against jogging by any stretch of the imagination, I think it's wonderful for people. In the ranking of exercises I prefer to do, it's pretty low. I think there's other forms of steady state cardio like biking. If you have access to a pool, swimming. That can be near equally beneficial cardiovascularly, if not better. Better because you can do it more often. One of the issues with running, like I said, you're hitting the ground every time. It's hard to run every single day. At least with biking, there's no impact portion. And swimming, yes, you do strain yourself in unique ways with the actual form of swimming. But again, there's no impact. I think mixing in all three can be wonderful. But I think often of those three, jogging is the most likely to cause aches and pains. How about that? We'll call it that. So, not against it. I see it on social media. People do it a lot. It's great, wonderful. I don't care. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to share my 2 cents on a topic that's been brought up to me by clients I've had in the past and how I've discussed it with them. And if they like to jog and they love to jog and they want to jog, then by all means, please go jog. In that, I did mention the fact about hydration, how jogging can take a lot out of you and you might not be fueled enough. Hydration is part of that fueling. I have been on an absolute bizarre kick for my own hydration. I got people who know me, who follow me on here, know I'm obsessed with watermelons. I don't know why I haven't thought of this, and I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because I feel like I've missed out. Is I've never thought about putting a watermelon in a shake before. In my list of things that go in shakes, like a banana, strawberry, mango, pineapple, blueberry, raspberry, blackberry, pears, I've put sweet potatoes in a shake before, peanut butter. Of all the things you can imagine, I never considered watermelon. And after putting watermelon in a shake, I'd probably put it in the upper 8 ingredients that you can put in. I think if you're just embodying all forms of things you can put into a shake, calories not being considered, ice cream is up there. Ice cream might be number 1. Ice cream is very good. Peanut butter is up there, and that totally depends though on the type of shake. Banana, one of the best things you can have in a shake for simple consistency. I'm going to say some form of liquid. I don't care if you use milk, water, egg whites. And those are 3, by the way, right there. Liquid, milk, water, egg whites. And then I kind of sneak watermelon in there. Pineapple, mango, very good. I'd actually put pineapple a little bit ahead of watermelon because it's more diverse in its utility. But watermelon, oh my gosh. I just feel so stupid not doing this before. So I've been making these massive watermelon shakes. And watermelon's mainly water. And I've been wonderfully hydrated from it. I'm putting collagen in it, creatine in it, watermelon, strawberry, egg whites, pasteurized. And that's basically, and yogurt. So it's like 15, 30, probably 25, plus maybe I'm 43, 42, 40 grams of protein, plus a whole bunch of water and good healthy fruits and stuff. It's awesome. It's so good. I just kind of feel stupid not having done that before, so I'd share that with you guys. Speaking of stupid things, I guess one of the things I'm doing right now, I don't want to call it stupid, but stupidly frustrating at times, is my attempt to get in contact with an agent. Even get an agency. Like, I have been trying to get an agency for my basketball endeavor. I've been trying to find someone to work with. And I just keep running into a brick wall of almost connections. I really thought I could use my platform to get attention, to connect with an agent. I really banked on that heavily. I maybe was wrong. I thought I would have enough followers that I could just get the attention of someone out there to even open up a conversation about what it would be like to be my agent. I thought with near 500,000 followers and like my stories getting lots of views and my posts getting views, I could have gotten an agent that way. I'm not done yet. Thought it'd be easier. So this has become an obstacle and a hurdle that I didn't fully calculate appropriately. I understood how difficult it would be to get better. I understood how difficult some other things would be. I didn't think this part would be that difficult, and it has turned out it is pretty difficult. So I guess we are still without an agent. Hopefully next week we'll have better news, but it's not even an agent. It's not even like a conversation around it. I thought for sure the platform size I would have that conversation by now, but oh well. We haven't, so we continue to work forward, explore different options, and try and figure out what we're going to do from there. That'll be really important because that's going to help decide what I do next in terms of like how I plan strategically to get in front of teams, build my portfolio, and so on. Because without an agent, flying blind in this is going to be too difficult. I don't think there's any means of success of just straight flying blind that's going to work. People are like, oh, go to a G League tryout. I'm not going to make a G League team. I'm too old. Like an NBA team is built as a business. They want to invest in younger players. They want to build out younger players. A professional overseas team might just want to win today. So they'll acquire older talent to win today. Not all overseas teams are like American teams where they're trying to develop people. They go and hire people and fire people and do that on repeat. So my best bet is overseas. Again, looking at CEBL and Australia. People say, why do you pick those two? Well, time-wise, makes the most sense. It's next summer. And if I don't have something by then, I think this is really nearing its end, unfortunately. But we have some time before we get to that point. So that's kind of the crux of the situation I'm at with my basketball endeavors, where I'm working on stuff right now to get better. I have game film. I don't have full games. I have clips that I can send to teams, even just to get the conversation started, because then an agent would be like, hey, we need to get you here to get film, or there to get film. I can get you here to get film. Someone to help work with me, because right now I'm trying to do basketball and then exposure at the same time. It's just not working, but oh well, we'll figure it out. I'll keep sharing this stuff. I grow the platforms. Like I said, my YouTube page now has 35,000 people that follow it. I can't believe that, because I've just been posting shorts and sharing my stuff on there, which is why I want to do these weekend reviews to share with you guys a little bit more of a discussion around this. And you guys can leave comments, by the way, questions and topics I'm going to dive into, because I'll probably do one Monday, one Friday, one Monday, one Friday. So I do 2 a week in that repeated manner, and keep you guys updated along the process. I just have more things I want to share with you in the future. Some more fun topics. I know I'm wearing a jersey right here because I want to start rocking. I have a bunch of jerseys. Wearing my Everline Drive jersey. Shout out to them. My practice jersey. I have a bunch of cool jerseys, so I love to share some things I like and personal things about me that I'm diving into, and some of my hobbies outside of, like, playing basketball and trying to be athletic and stuff. But right now, it's the majority of my time is spent doing that. So the hobbies are few and far between. I'll keep sharing with you guys. Excited with football season started. I always enjoy college football season a lot. There's this weird level of hope and excitement surrounding it, and I enjoy seeing like the different teams and where they're from. If it's from Oregon, or it's from Georgia, or if it's from Florida or Iowa. And I always enjoy watching like the culture around it, like the tailgates, the teams, the people who go to the games. I think it's a fun representation of the diversity within America and all that we have here. Culturally, it's really interesting to see. Like, oh, I'm in Iowa and been to Iowa football games and go to the tailgates and see the people there. And then you see the people in Alabama. You might see people at Cal, or see people over. I'm failing to think of an East Coast. I guess Penn State. I can't think of any East Coast football teams. It's kind of embarrassing. Are there not many? Maybe Ohio State. That's not really East Coast. But I just enjoy seeing like the teams and the storylines around it. And as it goes forward, the kind of if there's a team with an expanded playoff now that might get in. How people in the city rally around that team. Like way back in the day, we had Boise. Way back, not that back in the day, but when I was younger, Boise State was like a big thing when they made their big run, and that was fun to watch and see people get around that. And I always think it's fun with football because it's a shorter season. There is a huge pomp and circumstance around it, a level of electricity, and the athletes are just phenomenal. Basketball is great. I love basketball. The games get diluted. There's just too many games, and you become numb to the skill level, the athleticism. I say you get saturated almost to a point. Versus in football, there's all these dynamics that even by week 6 or 7, there's only been 7 games that's been played by that team. Versus by the time playoffs roll around in basketball, with the play-in tournament now and the play-in games, or all of the mid-season tournament, 86 games you can end up playing or something like that. It's a lot of basketball. So I love basketball, but from a watching standpoint and an excitement standpoint, I think college football is very cool. So I'm selfishly excited for that. Hopefully you all are too. I'm going to get running here. I appreciate y'all, and thank you. We'll keep this rolling.